Okay, found a solution. TLDR, I opened the door and I booked it down the hallway, and the Mothman didn't catch up. I don't know why they didn't catch up. I don't know why sometimes they seem one too slow, but this time it's gonna work. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That way, I guess. Yeah, they're just so far behind. I don't know what happened which was different. I just did the same thing like 3 or 4 times in a row. Did it even get hurt that time? Seeing your crest, you get... It's a pity? Ah! Okay. I think I probably need like another kind of magic. Or I need more MP to cast like... Wait, no, because they'll still wake up. I need some way to either quiet my way through or get rid of charms in the area that's waking them up. Although I think I did that, and there isn't like anything which inherently is there. I think it might just be the noise which is waking them up. So like I need a quiet spell, or I need more MP to be able to dig through, or more HP and more MP to be able to just dig through the gate. I don't know. Anyway, yes, mana burn can be a thing which is bigly damage to me. I understand. Footsteps in the hall signal the usual Saturday morning distributions. Even if I get something, though, it's just a notice. The spring play is next Friday. What should I do today? Funny you should ask. I'm gonna go study with Minnie so she doesn't hate me. Wait, am I? No, I'm gonna... Oh, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna study with Minnie so you don't hate me. Feels like we need a lot of points, and I don't know if I'm getting them by just, like, helping other kids do black magic. Onwards and upwards. Late at night, the Nature Club gathers for an unusual meeting. You're right, this is unusual. One of the first signs of the new season in Vermont is the call of the spring peeper. The spring peeper is a small brown frog which can survive being frozen, though it hibernates most of the winter. In the dark, it's probably not much above freezing right now, though the days are getting warm enough to thaw out the forest wetlands. So we're going to sit here quietly and listen for the sounds of nature. Do not talk. If you get too cold, go back inside. He takes a seat on a bench, his hands vanishing into the loose sleeves in his robes. With his hood pulled over his head, he's probably warmer than most. I look around to see a shivering Manuel crouched down beside Alberus. The large falcon casts a spell of some sort and Manuel relaxes. Probably heat? That's a good idea. No need to freeze when I can just warm myself. Yeah, heat. A quick energizing spell and I feel better. Ah, wonderful. I settle in next to others and relax, letting myself listen in the sounds of the night. The stars shine cold far overhead. In the distance, something chirps. Sounds like a... I have no idea. It sounds like a bug. I quickly realized that I've heard a lot of bugs, but I don't know what that is. I can almost sense what it would be like to belong to this land. Bloody hell, that really wasn't short. An unusual short meeting, huh? Oh man, I'm really not sure about the combo of red and black. I think Force Wall is pretty good, but... red hasn't been magically helpful for a bunch of, like, considering, like, black has solved most of my problems so far. You will not enjoy today's lesson. I'm not sure how many people ever enjoy Gravener's lessons. He certainly doesn't seem to. Hey-oh! Dab, 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 dab. In the course of your education, you will often encounter the need for prerequisites, skills that must be learned before attempting other skills. In some cases, therefore, you must study and master a spell that you have no use for in order to be able to learn something far more effective. Okay. I mean, a lot of spells are useful in this game, though. I remember the first time we learnt Breeze in Magical Diary Horsehole, and I was laughing at it. No, it turns out it's just an indicator for where the exit is. This is such a spell. There is no circumstance in which you should attempt to cast it, but you must know of it. Stand up and move to the back of the room. He pushes a few chairs out of the way to create an empty square in the center of the room. This he carefully marks off with chalk symbols that I recognize as an old-fashioned containment spell. Next, a wash of green magic sweeps over Grabiner himself, although what effect it has, he does not say and we cannot tell. Finally, he steps into the warded spell. Oh my god. With a great whoosh, the entire area is filled with flames. A pillar of fire reaching from floor to ceiling. The flames die away, showing Grabiner unharmed. This spell burns everything around you. Everything. Do you understand? You are not immune to the effects of your own stupidity. If I had not been prepared myself, I would have been injured by the flames. Expect no sympathy if you make such a foolish mistake in the future. 8 to 12 damage to flesh, 1 to 5 damage to stone. That's... okay. Maybe I could have killed the Mothmen. I couldn't get through with MP. I even tried digging my way around. Nothing. Nothing. I come out of my room in the morning to find Donald and his sister talking in hushed tones. What's going on? Damien's been expelled for, like, molesting Ellen and nearly killing her. That isn't the truth. What? Not physically, just like a demon thing. Is she going to be all right? Oh, Damien. Oh, right, of course. Wait, what? I thought I was supposed to distract her. That just didn't happen in the end? I mean, good, but for a second? Right, yeah, I see where I've gone wrong here. I thought she meant Donald. I was just like, what? How? But she was crying all night. And her magic is, it couldn't all be fixed. I had told her not to trust Damien, and she never listened. I tried to break them up, but I was never honest with Ellen about what I was doing, and she ended up going back to him. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Is this my fault? Nah, she was going to do it anyway. Anyway, I've got to tell William. Should you really be telling everyone about this? It might make Ellen feel worse. If everyone keeps quiet when bad things happen, that makes it easier for evil people to get away with it. Yeah, but if everyone talks about him, then that's giving him power too. Whatever. He's suspended. Power for what? I'm gonna treat him like Voldemort? We can't say his name? Come on now. She heads down the hall to knock on William's door. Poor Ellen. She's a nice girl. She didn't deserve that. I mean, nobody deserves that. I know. Poor Ellen. I mean, my sympathies are limited, but partially because I knew they were coming. I'm heading back to my room when someone moving in a hurry bangs into me. Oh, Dave. Hello there. Hi. Do you like my new perfume? Isn't it lovely? I'm sure it smells great. That's a great answer. Come closer. You can't smell it from there. I'm good, thanks. She holds a small crystal bottle and presses her finger down on the gold cap, releasing a cloud of flowery scent into the air. Yeah, that's really nice. Now listen, you don't care about Minnie, you love me, only me. You're going to throw her over and stay with me. What? She wants you to throw Minnie over a cliff. Too literal, but we're still not going to do what you said, even if our interpretation wasn't as bad as reality. For spring break, stay here with me. We can be together without limits all week long. She wiggles closer, pressing her slim body against my side. Kiss me. I leap backwards. Look, I know we had an agreement, but it didn't work. Were you just trying to mind control me or something? Stay with me. Be mine. Only mine. Oh, tell everyone who you are. Oh, man. At what point do we just go tell Grabiner? It feels like we could do that. Is she really that desperate over me? I'll do it. I'll tell Minnie. I'll tell her you're a liar. Or just choose me. We can have fun together, can't we? Is she really that lonely? No. It's not an option. Okay, so, like, all right. I mean, this seems really mean, I know. Pastel... achievement dating save. Okay, cool. So I'm never gonna use that, okay? Right? None of you saw me make that. That never happened. I'm never gonna use that save to dump Minnie and date Pastel. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm gonna choose Minnie. I don't know what you're trying to get out of me, but I'm not doing this anymore. You're not my girlfriend, and I don't want you to be. I'll tell Minnie. If that's what you want to do, then go ahead. But I think I'm just going to tell her myself. I should have done it a while ago. I'm tired of lying, and being with you is just weird. Oh, okay. Pastel's awkward fake boyfriend game makes me uncomfortable, and it's time I put a stop to it. But you can come with me if you like to be sure that I go through with it. Gah! She stomps off and not in the direction of Butterfly Hall. Well, I've already made up my mind whether Pastel carries out her threat or not. Oh, I was going to say, but not today, but no, today. I find Minnie and bring her into my room. She should hear this first without an audience. What's going on? There's something I need to tell you. Oh, all right. Oh, she thinks she's being dumped. I feel bad. No, it's nothing horrible. It's not about you or anything you did. It's about me. I understand. No. This isn't it's not you, it's me. This is like, come on, like, give me a second. You really don't. It's all right. Sometimes relationships don't work out. Your feelings change or you meet someone else. What? No, that's not it. Did Pastel tell you I was interested in her? You're going out with Pastel? No! Will you please just listen for a minute? Stop guessing. All right. I take a deep breath. Pastel's mother travels a lot and used to take her daughter with her. They stayed with my family once when we were young. It took her a while, but eventually she recognized me and realized I was lying to everyone else. So she told me I had to do whatever she said or she'd spread my secrets. It wasn't much at first. She wanted me to serve her pancakes and carry her shopping, things like that, so I went along with it. But then she wanted me to cancel my plans with you and spend all of spring break with her. Then I realized it was wrong. You should have beforehand. It was wrong to let someone control me like that, and it was wrong to put myself in a situation when someone could. I let her sway me because I was afraid she would tell you my secrets and then you'd hate me. Why would she And if I care about... Wasn't the whole thing is because, like, it can't be known who we are, not like you would hate me. Where's that come from? But if I care about you, I shouldn't keep secrets like that to begin with. I should tell you the truth and let us work it out. So tell me. I was not born Dave Lunison. I was actually Darve Lunasonich. Oh, he's not going to say our real name. I am the heir to a wizarding bloodline founded over 1,000 years ago with responsibilities and entailed property. Oh, I know that part. You know I'm a prince? Was that what she was joking about it on our date? Trying to get me to admit the truth? A prince? I just thought you said you were from a noble house like Professor Grabiner. It's a bit more than that. Wait, what did you mean when you said that you knew? I mean, I knew you weren't just an exchange student, and I guessed you were probably from one of those families. It was obvious that the professors weren't treating you like everyone else. Yeah, I mean, she has a good point. We are literally in a solo room. You never said anything. You didn't say anything either. I knew there was something odd, but I couldn't figure out why it was being kept a secret. Jacob's family's not a secret. Technically, Jacob's Blazing's parentage isn't noble, just wealthy and well-connected. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're the most upper-class, white, privileged human being in the world. What the hell? Well, they're not like us, okay? They just have lots of money, not inherited wealth and a ton of privilege and power, okay? Like, we're very different, you and I. Owned. Got 'em. You're really a prince. That's the easiest English translation. I am heir to the mantle of the woods tied to the magic of my territory. Once I'm an adult, I can never live anywhere else. We sustain each other. And I will be responsible for the fate of everything and everyone within my domain. I guess that is a pretty big deal. This was my chance to get away from all of that and be an ordinary teenager for a while. That makes more sense than what I thought the secret might be. What did you think was happening? I thought maybe you were here undercover to investigate American compliance with international conventions. You thought I was the Gestapo during wartime? You thought I was, like, the neighborhood police, go around, like, snitch on your fellow countrymen who aren't adhering to the social unspoken law? What do you mean? That's crazy. Why on earth would she be worrying about something like that? And that maybe Professor Potsdam was favoring you so that you would go back and give her school a good report? Well, she does want to impress my parents, but that's just about trying to make royal connections. And that's why I was trying to hide my identity. I didn't want false friends attracted to my family's power. I hated suspecting you. I didn't want to believe you were spying on us all the time and everything was a lie. But I couldn't ask you about it because if you were really that sneaky, you'd never give it away. But the more I get to know you, the better I liked you, and I really didn't want it to be true, so I tried not to think about it. This is insane. Oh my god. This is insane. I didn't know I was making you so worried. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me for hiding my background all this time? I think some of the things she thinks are... They're probably grounded in some level of truth. This isn't that. Minnie, you need to slow down. Can you forgive me for hiding my background all of this time? Of course! After all, I've been hiding my background too. What? I'm not a princess or anything, but my parents, my mother... These days, she's Jeannie Cochran. But when she was a student, she was Jean Kent. Mother of Roy Kent, the footballer from Ted Lasso? Or the wealthy southeastern English county of Kent? Or Superman? Man, there's a lot of Kents, isn't there? There's a lot of... I didn't think I'd be able to conjure up 3 examples. I'm sorry, should I know that name? No, probably not. It was a long time ago. My mother was a wild seed. When she was a student, she felt it was very unfair that magic is so limited in the world, that so few people are born with magic and that they keep it secret instead of using their powers to help others. Yeah, no, I mean, that's probably fair. She wanted to expose magic to the world. She didn't actually do it. But she was an activist, arguing that wizards had a responsibility to aid the wider world. Nothing came of this, though, right? Surely. And she was very interested in the Aquarian experiments. All right, go on then. What are they? Under the guise of the New Age movement. Oh, no. Oh, God. The people being weird and New Age and, like, chanting turtle things into a screen. They were the wizards this entire time. Attempted to build machine... Oh, maybe people here might be too young to even know what New Age stuff is. To build machines that could store and manipulate mana electronically, this would have enabled people without magic to cast simple spells by using the machines. Something went badly wrong, causing worldwide magical disruption and leaving an enormous zone of devastation in the other world. Yeah, I can't think why they banned it. Oh, so you know about that. It's a pretty important part of wizarding history. Most wizards our age don't know. It's not talked about. The whole subject of magic and technology is taboo. There was so much potential. Machines with healing spells that could be used by the magic poor to save lives. Except scientists were more interested in weapons than healing. Neither of us were there. Even my mother wasn't there. We don't know everything that happened. In the aftermath of the disaster, there was a crackdown. Many schools purged their wild seeds in a panic. And your mother was only safe because my father married her and pledged his name to take responsibility for her actions. They were in love already, but they wouldn't have gotten married so young if they hadn't had to. Knowing all of this, it is kind of crazy that she casually name dropped her mum, like I was supposed to know who that was. And then 6 sentences later, she's like, "Oh, that's weird. Not many people know about that nowadays." Are you just flexing on me, Minnie? Is that what you're doing? After that, my mother kept very quiet and tried hard to look respectable and hoped everyone would forget. Well, like you said, it was a long time ago. It doesn't affect anything now. Yes, it does. She's not still an activist, is she? Of course not. She swore vows. She can't be anything other than loyal. Yes, I'm sure she adheres to that very well. But she made sure I knew what sort of world I was growing up in. This is why you're so concerned about what happens to wild seeds, isn't it? She sighs. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have dropped all that on you. Of course you should have. It matters to you. It's just that I never... She doesn't seem particularly bothered with the fact that I went along with Pastel and gave her, like, pancakes with heart-shaped on them. And honestly, like, I'm glad it didn't come to that, because... Oof. But it doesn't seem that concerned. I would be more concerned. It's just that I never dared to talk to anyone about anyone except Jacob a little bit. Is that the reason you said Jacob was the only person you could trust? Oh my god, we are so hung up over that. She nods. Well, you can trust me now. I hope so. What do you mean? Well, if you really are a spy, then you know enough to destroy everything now. It's too late. Either way, it's a relief. I shake my head. I thought I was the one who finally breaking 3 of my secrets today. Oh, that's right. You're Prince Charming. She giggles, which turns into laughter that continues until she runs out of breath and has to pause. Hand on her chest, gasping for air. Oh my god. She was really laughing. Are you all right? Maybe? She coughs a couple of times, then pats her cheeks as if trying to push her face back into its proper shape. You know, I'm not really sure if Pastel is going to go and tell everyone about me or not. People might be strange once they find out I've been lying. They might be angry, I don't know. Will you still stand by me as president? Of course. Do you mind if I sit down for a minute? Go ahead. Good. She sits on the edge of my bed, then falls over onto the side. Are you all right? I think this day's been a bit too much for both of us. Well, I'll let her rest for now. Damn, she's out here napping, huh? That was a lot. really hash over any of the things that I thought we might. He's like, damn, I kind of figured like that you must be pretty important. And that was really that. All right. I meet my companion outside the theater. There's a good crowd present, not just students. Are some of the parents who've come to claim their children... Are some of these parents who've come to claim their children for the break? Minnie pays for our tickets and then we can go inside. Yeah, screw you, Pastel. I was not at all sure what to expect from an American musical. What I get turns out to be a mix of song, dance, and action. And special effects. Do ordinary schools allow students to wave flaming swords like this? Yo, that's kind of cool to be fair. Those killer plants look a bit like the ones in the greenhouse, but these are wriggling on their stalks and snapping at the axes. Also, they have eyes. The tone fluctuates between comedy and high drama as each character struggles with their own flaws and desires. One by one, they give in to temptations, and by the end, it appears humanity will be overrun by bloodthirsty vegetation. Wait, hang on a minute. Is this The Last of Us? Despite that, the final song remains upbeat and the audience cheers. We head back into our dark school hallways. There's too much of a crowd near the theater itself, so we go a bit further to find a quiet place. Thanks for coming with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. And I'm glad to see you take the time to have fun. Well, it's easy now. We're having vacation. Do you have something fun planned for spring break? My parents are busy. I'll be with Grabiner. Don't worry, though. I'll have a good time. Okay. She leans in to give me a kiss. I'll see you soon. Where's my second achievement? Hello, I got a second kiss or a third kiss? It's been a lot. I wonder what her parents are like, especially her mother, the former activist. Though I suppose with her past history, she might not want to visit a school like this. She'll want to get away? You say? We could help that. We have a forest. It'll be fun. Still, it was a long time ago. Surely no one cares about that anymore. No one but Minnie, that is. What? Okay. Minnie worries too much about everything. I hope she has a good holiday. Yeah, she kind of does. To be fair, she kind of does. Spring break! I don't know when the school year ends. We're definitely not getting 100 red magic. We're going to need 5 different playthroughs for every school of magic. That shouldn't take too long, to be fair. It's a Rampike game. You can just fast forward. The break has ended, and everyone is returning to the dorms for the final stretch. 1 month left. Oh, there you go. I haven't seen Minnie yet. I'm a little reluctant to go to her room looking for her, since Pastel might be there. Her threat to expose me must have been a bluff. Nothing's happened as far as I can tell. Still, it would be awkward talking to her now. In any case, Professor Potsdam sent a message that there will be a student council meeting tomorrow afternoon, so I'm sure I'll see her there. I mean, it kind of feels like you could go along, and if Pastel's there, then walk away. Zoop your way away, as the kids say. First thing on Monday, I get up to the library. There's no sign of Miss Darden when I arrived. Am I too early? No, you're the librarian now. I mean... This is a school without many books. If you could be a librarian anywhere, it's probably here, right? We had arranged for me to pick up the next set of books for our discussion club after the break, but she might not have expected me to show up before classes. I'm not sure I've really looked at the library desk without her behind it. I never noticed that crystal dish full of paper clips before, or that bell. It's probably meant to summon the librarian, but if I'm here too early, is it right to demand that she come here to serve me? She might be asleep or having her breakfast. The books for our clubs are probably tucked away on a shelf behind the desk. If I take them and leave a note, I'm sure she won't mind. Okay. I'm going to make a save, and the reason I'm going to make a save is in case we reach over and she... Oh, they're all called Pastel Achievement Dating Saves now. I'm going to delete that. Because I really want them to be accurate. If we look behind the desk and all we see is, like, I don't know, several pints of blood from dead students, a cat of 9 tails... 4 pieces of taxidermy and maybe like a mangled hand, then we'll just reload and do the other one. I'll just ease around the edge of the desk. I feel dizzy. Mr. Lunison, Mr. Lunison! Open my eyes. Did she charm her desk so you can't? Oh my god, that's cruel. I open my eyes to find myself sitting in a chair at the school library, my face pressed against the table. I must have nodded off for a moment. That's the problem with getting out of bed so early. Now I can get what I came for. I'm here for the club books. It's nice to see y'all are still taking an interest. Okay. Maybe let's just ring the bell. Let's not take the option where we get, like, passed out. Alright, sending a swift pain shooting through my head as I ring it. I take a seat and wait, watching the door. If she doesn't arrive within a few minutes, I can always come back later. Good morning. What? I turn my attention back to the desk to see Miss Darden standing there. How? Magic. She stomped her wooden staff on the floor and teleported. It's too early in the morning. I must have blacked out. Good morning. I'm here for the club books. I see you're all taking an interest. He brings out a stack of books, each titled The Disappearing Act. Enjoy. How fitting. Thank you. I peer at the book's cover. A murderer who is master of illusion. Does that mean magic? I've got a week to read it. Before then, I need to set my schedule for the week. It kind of seems that we... It kind of seems crazy that you only have a week. I would like red magic to be at 50 before the end. 40 and 20 is probably fine. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna take some low-level spells here. Just to, like, learn... I think you get a spell at 3, and I think you get a spell at 5. So learning like this is learning 2 new spells. And then we'll just, like, keep slam jamming some red. Please make yourself comfortable, little signets. We have a serious issue to talk about today. Many of you will have learned something about this subject from your parents. Others will know less or nothing at all. And it sounds like this is likely to be a lesson for the wild seeds. The world you see around you is only a tiny fraction of all that exists. There are infinite realms lying beyond our own. The nearest such realm is that which we call the other world. She's going to go into Damien, huh? You may also hear it called Elfheim, the Dreaming, the High Hunting Grounds, the Etheric Plane. There are many paths. While there are countless other worlds, the other world is particularly the realm of this world's shadow. Like a shadow, it is completely connected. Always there, just beyond your fingertips. With enough white magic, an adult witch or wizard can travel through the spiral gate from anywhere in this world. However, you students must not enter the other world under any circumstances. I was right, it's a warning for the wild seeds. An ordinary wizard's parents would have already have told them this for his own safety. For myself, things are somewhat different. Can any of you tell me why that is? One hand eagerly shoots up. Yes, Minnie. She stands up. Because the cameras feed on the souls of human children, especially magic children. That's awfully specific. Are the cameras essentially like the koalas of the magic world? We can nourish. What can you nourish off? That which is not of particular abundance to us. They will be drawn to any unwarded human who enters this realm. It takes them appropriately. Thank you, dear. That will do. Minnie closes her mouth and sits down. The other world is a wonderful place where mana flows more freely. Many witches and wizards choose to live therein. But we are not native to it, and we are not immune to its dangers. Do not attempt to pass the gate, not even with an adult to guard you, not even with a powerful spell or artifact to protect you, not even with a friend who has been there before and told you it was safe. Ellen? You in class, Ellen? Some of your classmates have other than human heritage, but what is safe for them is not safe for you. That's a necessary oversimplification. The reason I can travel the high roads is not because my family isn't human. Not exactly, but the truth is a well-kept secret. Most importantly, if a spirit invites you to the other world, do not accept no matter what you are promised. I am not saying this to frighten you or to challenge you to find a way around my rules. If you disobey, I will not need to punish you because you will be gone forever. Now, let's get back to brighter subjects. We can talk more about the other world later, and I'll bring in some lovely paintings to show you. Anyway, enough about the murder. White magic. Now, my little fireflies, lay your pens down and listen quietly. With magic and white magic in particular, your eyes will be open to all manner of secrets. But just because you can peek beneath the veils does not mean that you should. By opening your spirit, you can sense the emotions of those around you. Their fears, their needs, their honesty, and their threat. It can be a useful way to find out whether an unknown entity is dangerous to you, or to demonstrate to one that you are not. And it would be dreadfully rude to expose someone's delicate tendracy. What does that mean? What? So if while we are practicing I discover that one of you has a little crush on me, I won't tell. Oh. I don't. At all. Think about that before you try to spy on your friends. They are very likely to notice. Okay. Reveals the emotional state of a target. Cool. So we can tell if it's angry or likes us? Oh, I don't know if that would tell us more than we'd otherwise know. This afternoon, the student council has a meeting. Hello, little earthworms. The final month of this school year lies just ahead and there is so much to do. Every April, we welcome the first storm of the season with a thunder call. When you hear thunder, no matter the time of day, you must gather all your classmates and proceed to the gym to celebrate. There is no formal ritual to practice. Each student should dance, stomp, and shout as he wishes to encourage nature's strength. Upperclassmen may also demonstrate their skills in advanced red magic by weaving patterns of fire and lightning. However, this can be dangerous. Yes, that's what I was about to say. Grabiner just told us a spell where we can cast flames and, like, immolate ourselves very quickly. In such a chaotic environment, I am relying on your officers to help maintain order. That includes preventing any student with unpredictable or inexperienced control over their skills from making the attempt, especially the freshmen. There's always next year after all, for the others, yes, but not for me. Keep an eye out for any trouble or injuries and call for aid if you can't heal them yourself. Don't worry too much, it's rarely necessary. It's probably for the best that she warns us about safety issues, even if they're unlikely. There is, of course, one other major celebration for all students to complete the school year, the May Day Ball. We're going to at least May then. Every class is expected to contribute to the joy of the community. Oh wait, no, we were told it was a month. Never mind. You treasurers. I thought she was calling me a treasure. Oh. For once, a real compliment. You treasurers should organize with your fellow officers to decide what sort of fundraisers you would like to manage. I'll give you a few minutes to discuss the subject. Please come and talk to me if you have any questions. So that sounds like it's mostly Jacob's job, but we're supposed to make suggestions. I turn to my fellow officers. I don't know much about school fundraisers. What sort of things do people do? We sell candles and lie, cheat, and steal. With students, you can just ask for donations directly. We don't have much left to spend allowances on. People generally don't want to give money unless they're getting something in exchange. They're getting a school dance. Everyone's getting that, whether they donate or not. Givers want to feel that they're getting something special. We could make something to sell, but then the costs would come out of our profits. You got to spend money to make money. The only people who say that are people with lots of money. You don't have to. If you're clever and creative, you can sell something that didn't cost you money. I don't think people want to pay you to tutor them. I'm not the treasurer anyway. I could sell lessons in dance or etiquette, but only when I have the time and only to other students. If we want a successful fundraiser, we're better off targeting either the public or the parents. They have deeper pockets than students who have only scraped up the $5 a week. Can't do that. That's certainly true. When you say the public, do you mean the locals without magic? Why would they donate to a dance they can't attend? Or if they're romantics with fond memories of their own high school problems, why not? Anyway, I don't think a straight donation is the way to go. Selling items with a feel-good donation markup is better. I think Dave is right. Parents will have more emotional involvement, so they'll be more likely to give. On the other hand, there are only so many parents and it's easier to reach the public. Is it? We'd have to arrange permission if we wanted another booth. Parents can we can just write to. Oh my god, wait, hang on. I just assumed that the parents would be going to the school or something and like we'd be able to do like a little fundraiser outside. But no, like we're not canvassing. We're writing letters to ask them for money for the school dance. I don't think this is going to work, Jacob. Or it sounds a little seedy. So like if you want to do it, you can do it alone. Well, you're the treasurer, so it is your decision. I think the parents are the way to go. I'm just not sure what to sell them. At my old school, they always sold wrapping paper, but people were usually sick of buying it. Parents buy extra photographs every time they do it, makes me laugh, of their children, but we aren't allowed cameras here. Well, parents usually want to hear more from their children, right? We could offer to make everyone send special cards to their parents if they donate, and that shouldn't cost us too much for supplies either. That's a good idea. I am the treasurer. Camden Town, rise up. Is it really fair to make promises on behalf of other people? What if someone doesn't want to write a card? They'll do it if the student council tells them to. Okay, I mean, sounding a little angry. We have a few weeks. You have time to get students' permission before you write to their parents. All right, I think that's a plan. We talk a little more about the details before Professor Potsdam stands up again. Now, there are a few more things that I need to discuss with the senior officers. For the rest of you, if you need me, come find me later this week. The rest of you can bugger off now. All right, we leave the room at a loose group and I take a few steps to try and catch up with Minnie. How was your spring break? It was good, but too short. I can't talk right now. This meeting already soaked up my free time for the day. I'll catch you later, okay? I thought you promised not to overwork yourself anymore. But it's finals! We are so failing finals. Right, I'll talk to you later. She plants a swift kiss on my cheek and darts away. We're together for like a month before we never see one another again, by the way. Jacob grins at me, but I lift my chin and smile and say nothing. It's none of his business. It may take extra effort on my part to be sure she sleeps this month. At least it's only a month. Oh my god, our standards couldn't be less through the floor if we tried.